Nobody watched the whole movie.
I did.
I watched it twice.
I put it on again last night.
Awesome.
And then I got into a domestic dispute that I had to resolve. If you know what I mean.
You got, I got you, dude.
I got you.
You watched The Irishman, you were going to be respected, like the men in that movie were going to be respected.
No, it's nice to say earnestly, as being an old enough man now, to say earnestly, you're ruining The Irishman.
Would you like to be a part of this history?
Yes, I would. Whatever you need me to do, I'm available.
Yeah, I loved it, dude.
It was awesome.
I loved it.
It was great.
Pesci rocked cock,
with
dude.
like what a speed bump it is to try that. First of all, the age technology.
Brutal. It was brutal.
One of the dumbest ideas.
Brutal.
One of
Well,
like
the worst part isn't even the face. It's the scene where he
Their
takes
bodies.
his daughter to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And then as like supposed to be a 30-year-old man
Yeah.
beats up a grocer.
Everybody
and he
clipped that one and it looks
90.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then all of the scenes where he's like, you take the guns and you dump them in the Schuylkill River, and then he throws things like he just sort of like
like
rotates.
he can't
Yeah,
lift his
yeah.
arms.
Right, yeah.
He looks like
Dude,
John
when
McCain.
He has the same mobility as like one of those like sunglasses carousels at fucking CVS. He just sort of like rotates and shuffles
when
around.
he's in the fucking war and the guys he's killing are
Yeah.
70 years younger than him.
Right. And he's like, he can't even he can't even lift the rifle up all the way.
I watched
Fuck.
it. I watched it with my dad.
But
over-
what makes it great and like kind of a standout as far as like, all of like Scorsese's like big crime movies or whatever, the theme is like, live fast, die young. All of these guys that like just sort of
Badass.
pursue exactly what's in front of them, and then they're fucking whores and doing all this cocaine.
Which is pretty cool.
And then eventually they spin out. This is a movie about a guy, a real life guy, who like rises up the ranks of the mob and then still just like goes home and doesn't fuck his wife.
Yeah.
He just doesn't do anything. It's not like he's making money through it. He's
right.
like, I guess I'll murder people for the mafia.
He's just in it the same way you blink, and it's like the same
Right.
way you can just work at fucking FedEx
Right.
and become
There is no difference in his life between the beginning where he's driving the trucks
Yep.
and at the end where he's murdering his own friends.
right his best friend.
Yeah.
like
And the thing is, too, is that like, a lot of the movies are like, they show throughout the movie, they stop and they say, oh, this guy murdered and whatever.
Yeah, this is
That
how
was
he
awesome.
dies,
You
yeah.
see these guys at like that, like, but they always do that, and they're showing you at the pinnacle of their like crime life. It's not like they're in the middle of a dispute, and it's like their lives are all cut short. Whereas, sometimes crime doesn't pay, live fast, die young, or sometimes like it does. You don't do anything with the money, and then you end up old and alone,
yeah,
dying of
everyone,
like
no one
hates you.
loves you.
cancer in a nursing home. The only people that come to visit you are the FBI.
that scene is so funny.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Who's dead?
Your attorney, Mr. Regano.
He's dead?
Yeah.
Who did it?
When he asked who killed his lawyer.
Yeah, and the nurse who's like, he's like, who's that? And he's like, you know who Jimmy Hoffa is? And she's like, no. Yeah. He's like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
God damn, it was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it with
fucking-
my dad, and then at the second the credits rolled, he turned to me and he's like, and you know who turned him into a killer? The United States military. And I was like, that's your takeaway from this movie? That's your takeaway?
Yeah, in the only like justified war
Yeah.
that we've ever had.
Should we not
You know
have
who's
fought
bad?
the Nazis?
Yeah. Literally,
We're
you're a
Jewish.
Holocaust.
We're Jewish.
Yeah.
People in our family died in the Holocaust.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Your dad just fucking getting the djembe out and smoking the fucking chillum.
Yeah, I want to show it to my dad just to see what dumb Irish bullshit he
Yeah.
says at the end of it.
Oh yeah.
How he makes it about himself.
Yeah. I do love that it's the Irishman. It's like, oh yeah,
It's
De
all about
Niro and
being
Pacino
wops.
are going
Yeah.
to be speaking Italian during
Yeah,
it. There's gonna be-
Tu vivi una rege come te ha insegnato a parlare l'italiano.
In Italia, la guerra.
That's the thing, dude. It's like a lot of it doesn't fit, and they kind of like even the fucking age stuff. But it's like those guys are so good that it doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, Pacino's bad, but
Yeah.
it doesn't
no,
matter.
Pacino's hilarious, dude.
He's super funny.
He's crushing
He's super
it.
funny.
Yeah.
You're giving it to him. I'm going to jail. You understand? I'm going to prison. Because of you.
But
He's over the top.
Pesci is like
he's-
incredible in
Pesci is
actual
the best.
acting.
He's
It's unbelievable.
Best
what he-
supporting
yeah,
actor. Yeah,
he's wild.
Incredible.
It was annoying that they put Action Bronson in it.
Yeah, that was a little bit annoying at the end.
There was a little bit of stunt casting here.
In
Although
in my head, how I like what I like to think is that's Scorsese picking out his own like gaudy casket, you know, and
The
he's
green
like,
one.
Yeah, so it's like we see the character and he has to pick out his own casket because no one's going to do it for him. And it's like, what if I'll make this the shittiest part of the movie and put Action Bronson in it, so people remember this when I die in 2 years.
No, he's gonna live forever, dude. Don't say that about
all those
Marty.
guys are going to die in a week.
Don't say that, dude.
That's what makes it fun to watch.
That would be fucking brutal. Scorsese's I fucking love that dude.
He stayed young by doing all that yips, you know?
Sebastian Maniscalco was good though. I liked him in it.
Oh, he's
the blonde.
The blonde.
That's what they call him, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was no downtowners, Joey the Blonde. But everybody, especially the newspapers, called him Crazy Joe.
Gallo.
yeah, I think
Joey
so.
Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
Yeah, Joey the blonde.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that is
The
him.
fuck out of here.
I didn't
He was
even realize
great,
that was
dude.
him.
Holy shit!
He
Yeah, that
crushed
is
it.
fucking.
Holy
He was
shit.
so good.
Yeah, he was good in that.
Wow, holy shit.
I mean, he was the casting was perfect. Like,
Yeah.
an over the top. Like, it's just basically
Did you
like
see him host the MTV
I did.
Awards?
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. In
It
my
was the
life.
weirdest booking I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my entire life.
I didn't mean to come out to a cloud of smoke, but backstage, my mother's frying zucchini.
He's like
This man who's a
he's like,
hero to
if you
Italians
gotta-
everywhere.
If you gotta put, because they did it in New Jersey, they did it in Newark, because it was probably cheaper to get like the Prudential Center in Newark, and then he's like doing his act in front of like 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you got any problems with anything you hear on this stage, there's an emotional support animal in the back.
So if you feel triggered, they're providing a safe space backstage. And also, Lil Nas X brought his horse, which will double as an emotional support animal.
We got just safe space in the back, you know, and everyone's like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I want to see Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
This guy is not even the goddamn president. He's holding up people's lungs.
A couple more Irishman thoughts. As much I fuck with Herc, but the whole time I was watching that, I was just like, damn, if Gandolfini was alive, how perfect he would be to be the fat guy in this movie.
Yeah.
How he would just crush it. That made me sad, dude.
You know who's good is that Stephen Graham guy who's on Boardwalk Empire. He's
does he
that
play?
English actor that plays.
Oh, Tony Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
That scene was so fucking funny when Pacino and Tony the meeting.
That yeah,
It was the
That's-
funniest
I mean,
thing.
that's like it's like this. That scene is like these guys are masters. Fucking like Scorsese is a master filmmaker. This scene is fucking awesome.
Incredible.
They're arguing about
dude.
10 versus
It's
15.
fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And it's
And
like
he
it's
goes
like
with
one of the
Wop
best.
cocksucker.
It's like one of the best scenes in any Scorsese movie.
So
Absolutely,
funny. Yeah.
absolutely.
And then
De
he can
Niro
still
and
do it.
The bodyguards are incredible. The way De Niro responds when he calls him a wop cocksucker.
It's like find a single scene in any movie directed by a woman that comes in anywhere.
no.
Anywhere close to that. You can't do it.
Damn, I want to watch that right now. I forgot. Yeah, me finding out that guy being British fucking shocked me, dude.
Yeah,
I look at it now and I can't believe that I'm in that scene.
because he plays a lot of like, he
Italian
played
guys.
Al Capone in Boardwalk Empire.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
I only watched like the first season of that shit.
Yeah.
Because he's got a big pumpkin head.
And a big nose.
Yeah,
Tony Pro is a great name.
yeah, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
That's what it's based off of.
Yeah, that's the character's full name is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. You know, my problem is with you fucking skateboarding assholes.
You people.
What'd you say?
Oh, my God.
What did you say?
Oh, come on.
You people. You said you people. What does that fucking mean, you people?
You people.
You people.
You fucking wop
Yeah.
skateboarding
Just the idea
assholes.
that Italians are pretending something racist hurt their feelings is
Yeah.
in of itself.
That
the
was a
funniest
racial
thing.
comment,
That was an ethnic slur. You people.
and you hurt my feelings with your racial comment.
Goddamn.
Premise of Con Air is that he's like he's an Army Ranger and somebody tries to like fuck his wife or whatever. They harass his wife, and so he spin kicks the guy's head off, and they put him in prison for murder. And they're like, "You are training. Because you're a weapon.
Right.
You have to show even more restraint or whatever."
Which actually, if he's a weapon, it seems like he'd get away with it. Right. You know what I mean? That's like. Yeah. If you're as deadly as a gun.
We don't believe this veteran was acting in self-defense.
right.
Career criminal. Most certainly have a record of some kind. Mm-hmm. That's who goes to jail.
Sí, me dicen el Juanillo 23.
Tú eres Juanillo 23, si te conozco. 23 cargos de violación.
Hell yeah, dude. Innocent.
Oh man, we were laughing. I forget. Yeah, we were watching Con Air. This is pretty funny.
I love that.
We were watching a guy. He's like, they call him Johnny 23, you know, because he raped 23 women.
Call me Johnny 600 if they knew the truth.
But then I was laughing about the robot from Short Circuit, Johnny 5. He raped 5 women.
Johnny 5. That's cool.
Rape robot.
That's
really good.
All right, I'm doing it. Just take it easy.
And if you say a word about this over the radio, the next wings you see will belong to the flies buzzing over your rotting corpse.
My parents used to take me to like rated R way before I was old enough to. I saw Con Air when I was like 6 with my dad.
Did they make you beat off in the theater to nude scenes?
Remember there's a prison bitch.
I'm just asking. I mean,
there's a prison bitch character in Con Air. Like the second the plane crashes, he's just like opening luggage, he's putting on dresses and stuff.
Yes.
That's and my dad just looks at me. I was like, I don't know, maybe like 9 or 10, and he just looks at me. He goes, "That's a very sick man out of." He's a very sick man.
He's a very sick man.
Not the part about like the rapist or.
No, he's the issue.
No. Hey, those are my shades.
They're mine now, sister.
Men.
No, the worst guy was the guy that liked to wear dresses, I guess.
Yeah, it is. He is a
not
weird
the
guy.
dude that had the Hannibal Lecter face thing on. Who's the bad guy? Who's like the ultra bad guy? Buscemi.
John Malkovich.
Yeah.
That's Cyrus the Virus.
Cyrus the Virus. That's such a good movie.
What a star-studded cast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I have the only gun on board. Welcome to Con Air.
Cyrus the Virus. Mm-hmm. The least intimidating prisoner in any movie ever.
No, he's intimidating because he uses perfect English.
Yeah.
Unlike the rest of
Attention, boys and girls. We have a heist we are planning to do just as soon as we confirm that we are not being tracked.
I've never seen Con
He's just
Air.
like twirling around the plane, his limp ass fucking wrists.
Nice.
Yeah.
My own proclivities are well-known and often lamented facts of penal lore.
I've never seen it. Sounds good though.
Yeah. He looks like he's about to go into, a little musical number the whole time.
Mm-hmm. So Nick Cage is the good guy?
Little Pirates of Penzance for you.
Nick Cage is the good guy?
In that movie is a good guy, yeah.
But he's got a mullet and shit?
Yeah, he has a big long hair.
Oh, I thought he was the bad guy.
He's ripped.
Well, it's everyone's a bad guy.
I see.
Before I kill you, Poe, I just wanted you to know the last thing that little Casey Poe ever gets to smell will be my stinking breath.
What are you looking at on the internet, man?
Sorry, I'm reading the Die Hard Wikipedia that also has articles about the movie Con Air for some reason.
Okay.
Why is that?
Makes sense. You mean articles or sections?
It's the Die Hard scenario wiki, and they have an article on Cyrus Grissom, who's John Malkovich's character in Con Air.
That's true.
I was trying to
Cyrus
find
the Virus.
I was trying to find all the stupid things he says in that movie. I was hoping there was a wiki quote.
Dude, we watched...
Before I kill you, Poe, I just wanted you to know the last thing that little Casey Poe ever gets to smell will be my stinking breath. This is like, they're supposed to be the world's most hardened criminal.
The scariest man.
It's theater major John Malkovich being like, I'm going to have a really freaking good time escaping from prison.
I'm going to eat onions and capers and then breathe into her mouth.
Put
It is
the bunny
scary
down.
in that movie where Buscemi's like with the little girl.
Are you sick?
Why do you ask?
You look sick.
I am sick.
Yeah, that's really scary.
What movie?
What are you?
Con Air.
What is that? Fucking tea?
What is he doing?
What are
He's
you
having
drinking?
A tea
Fucking
party.
tea?
Yeah, he's having a tea party with a little girl.
I haven't seen.
He's
Con
the
Air.
pedophile that escapes.
Oh, really? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
and then
he's
like
a psychopath.
he's a psychopath.
Damn,
he's
yeah,
a psycho.
And then they show him after he gets away, having a
Psychosomatic.
tea party in like a
I'm the
kid's
fire starter.
playground.
What?
Yeah.
They call me the fire starter.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what? That's how
Yeah.
the movie ends?
No, that's
No.
just like
It's implied that he rapes and
it's
murders.
not the end of the. Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah,
Yeah, this like little girl that lives in like a Air
in the
Force
middle of the
bone
desert.
yard.
Yeah.
And like one of those like fake houses they
Yeah.
designed for like nuclear testing.
yeah.
She's like, yeah, my daddy lives outside.
That shit is fucked up.
So what are you gonna do now?
I started this day with a birthday party to get to, and I'm gonna get to it.
Dude, I fucking saw. Speaking of Vegas, I just watched Con Air, dude.
I look at something for 2 seconds and you
Legendary.
One of the best movies of all fucking time, dude.
Dude, I think they imploded a casino, the Dunes, and they incorporated that into the movie as like the casino getting destroyed. That was actually, they were imploding the casino to build a new casino.
Oh, look
yeah.
at that.
Interesting little
That is
Las
a fun
Vegas
little Vegas
trivia.
tidbit.
Yeah.
I
I got tons of them.
I like the Vegas aspect because it felt like the movie was over. And that he lands safely, his family's there, and then he's like, I'm going to fucking chase Cyrus the Virus on a motorcycle.
Yeah, so badass.
Very good. Poe, what's his name? Great character. Cameron Poe.
Yeah.
Cameron Poe.
He fucking rocks, dude. What an honorable man. If
I
only-
really love that Steve Buscemi character. Great character.
It's interesting how he doesn't kill that child.
He's
so scary.
He's
the first time you see that, it's so scary.
What I love is there's two geniuses in the movie. There's two genius characters who are too smart. It's the genius criminals.
Yes.
Cyrus the Virus.
Cyrus the fucking Virus.
I love when John Malkovich is on top of the plane giving that like gay speech to hardened criminals. He's like, boys, in the annals of American crime, doth we find such rapscallion fellows, you know, and they're like, yeah, that's me. That's me, dog, a rapscallion.
Yeah, just like Nazis and fucking military Black Panthers and shit like that.
And then
Don't forget the one prison
bad
bitch.
boy from drama camp as the head of the crew.
Who's done it all?
Yeah.
Murder, extortion.
This one's done it all. Kidnapping, robbery, murder, extortion.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, why is he so smart? I don't get it.
I don't know.
But Malkovich rocks though.
Yeah, I guess.
He's crushing it. Is that dumbass character?
Yeah. Well, he is
And
an
then-
actor.
Yeah, I know.
mean,
It's
he's
awesome when guys get
It's
to
not like you can be an actor and you show up to make the movie and you're like, God, this is gay.
That happens all the time.
Or you just like look at the camera and be like, by the way, I know this movie's a piece
This
of
shit
shit.
sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I watched recently? Was Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's a good ass movie, dude.
you like it because it has magic, right?
I love magic.
I haven't seen it. I
Stuff.
haven't seen it since I was a kid.
It's good. You should watch it.
Have you seen Showdown in Little Tokyo?
No.
It's a very
Same-
funny
is it
movie. Not even
Same movie?
No, it's a different movie. It's Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren.
Are you sure that's not the same movie?
It's Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren, and they play like Asian task force police on the LAPD.
All right, say it.
Asian Task Force.
So so like the
Asian cop.
the LAPD has like a section just for dealing
Special
with
Chinese
with
division.
just for dealing with Asian criminals.
Karate division.
Yeah, but there's all this like, I mean, the movie's hilarious, but
That's
they get some Yakuza guy and he's in, and like Dolph Lundgren knows everything about the Asian gangs or whatever. So there's like a Yakuza guy in like the interrogation box and he's left for alone for a second, and Dolph Lundgren sees the guy by himself and he's like, shit. You know, and he starts running to the room. They're like, what? What is it? You know? And the guy just takes his own head and breaks his own neck. While being, like, voluntarily detained.
Yeah.
Just question about something.
That fucking rocks, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Mm.
That's awesome that they just named a movie that.
Yeah. I did most of my movie watching in my life when I was 20, and I remember like getting Papa John's and drinking like 13 beers, being like, "Man, movies rock." Yeah. Knowing about obscure shit like this and being able to bring it up drunk instead of having a personality, it rules. You ever see Jim Cotta?
No.
Jim Cotta is this fucking dog shit movie that I would get high and watch and then show other people because it's so bad.
Right.
And then they would be like, "I can't believe how bad this movie is."
Right.
And I've watched it probably like 15 times.
Because you show it to people.
Because I would show it to people. It was filmed in the 80s. The premise is, and they took the real life guy from the Olympics who was like the American gold medalist gymnast. And it's supposed to be like a star vehicle for him. But the U.S. government approaches him. He has a different name in the movie.
It's like gymnastics karate?
Gymnastics karate.
Oh.
Awesome. So the U.S. government approaches him.
His assignment, a secret mission for the United States government. His only weapon, himself.
There's a country called Parmistan that has a...
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a country called Parmistan that has a game every year, which is just a big obstacle course, and no one in 200 years has ever won the game. But if the U.S. government wants him to win the game, and if he does, the king of Parmistan will grant any request, and their request is to set up like a satellite fucking missile base to threaten the Soviet Union with in Parmistan.
So it's like Ninja Warrior.
And then but they need him to do it. But he's like, the only skill he has is gymnastics, so he needs to learn karate. And this is all in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Because for the next 2 months, you're going to toughen your mind and your body. It's going to make your Olympic training look like finger painting.
So he learns karate from literally, it's just a Chinese guy with one line of dialogue that has a fucking hawk on his shoulder. And then like a Mr. T knockoff, and he's just like on monkey bars to a montage of him like doing karate, and he's like... And then also the king of Parmistan's daughter is there, the princess of Parmistan, who I guess is working with the U.S. government.
She hot.
She's a different race than her father, who's played by like an old Jewish man.
Awesome.
And she's Thai.
That rocks.
Yeah. And then so...
The princess will come around. Interesting background. Her mother was Indonesian.
Like he, you know... Now that I'm saying all this, I'm like, fuck, I should rewatch Jim.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to watch that.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Now it's happened again, but...
Hey, wait.
What she's saying is, don't trust anybody.
So the daughter's like helping him, sort of. I mean, it's not like the movie is like, it just makes zero sense,
right?
You know,
right.
and so she's like, again, this is the first 5 minutes before he's gone to Parmistan, because then he has to go to Turkey and sneak into the country, and he's immediately being pursued by assassins, and that's not really explained why.
Awesome.
And then he gets to the country, and then the obstacle course is like, for a while he's just in the woods, and then but it's a lot of like just gymnastics and karate, and he's fighting ninjas, and then there's a guy who's like a bodybuilder that's also a contestant, but he's friends with the king.
Oh.
And then he ends up in some like town that's just filled with mentally ill people.
So the game is just you're going through the woods? What?
Yeah, you just running around in the woods doing karate.
How do you win?
You have to be the last person that doesn't die.
Oh, it's like the Hunger Games. Wow.
Yeah, and everyone's died.
That's got everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds awesome. And
what was that race car movie we watched?
Hold on, when he wins, does he like swerve at the end and ask for something else?
I can't remember because I would always just get...
Feels like you must.
No, I would get trashed every time I put the movie on, and like by the time he ends up to the you know what? I might not have seen past the part where he, because I swear to God, literally it was like drinking. Let's watch Jim Cotta.
Yeah. I definitely believe you.
And it gets real hazy after the scene where they're in that town with the mentally ill people.
Well, it sounds like we got to finish Jim Cotta.
Yeah.
You must understand. She's mine.
It's not over yet.
So put your hardware back in your pants.
Well, one time, I think maybe we were on drugs, but you put on this Sylvester Stallone race car movie. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Driven.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, that movie's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that one's great too. You know, you gotta drive the way you drive. You gotta have the steering wheel. Yeah, it's a whole mentality.
You got 4 wheels.
Bullshit. Yeah, he's just like
4 wheels, and then you got underground, then you got street.
He's an F1 driver, and like his move is like he always hums to stay. You know, they're like listening in on the radio. He's like, and they're like, "What's he doing?" And they're like, "That's how he focuses."
Incredible.
Sounds like humming.
Yep. Why is he humming? Just some crazy thing he does when he's pushing close to the edge.
He's humming. Yeah, he's just humming. They're like, yeah, that's his thing. That's his signature. That's how he stays. But he's just doing like fucking like hot laps or whatever around the track. It's not racing, and they're like blown away by how good he is at drive. But like, he's a professional driver. I can't imagine anyone working at that level would be like, wow, this guy's really good at the job. He's paid a bunch of money to do.
Right.
Because when he's on, he's one of the best you'll ever see. You just sit back. Watch.
And so he throws out like a dime on the fucking track.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
then picks it up with the tire on the next one. Next
awesome.
lap around.
It's a cool trick.
And because you can turn on a dime.
You can literally turn on a dime. That's awesome.
It might have been a quarter, but I mean, it's still like, yeah, that one's due for a rewatch.
We'll slide over, snatch him up with the back one, and not lose a millisecond of speed. No, there's no way you can do that. You don't want to bet.
Because the ones that I try to think about movies that I saw when I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
That even at that age, I'm like, this is fucking
This
stupid.
is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, right. Because if at that age it sticks out in your mind, then you know it's a real piece of shit.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Play it out, Jimmy. Play it out.
You better win this thing. Win it. Or you're going to look like a damn fool.
There's a movie I used to watch too that was almost as dumb as Jim Cotta called Inner Zone. It's this like Italian Mad Max clone.
Fuck yeah.
But then it's also like Stalker kind of. But there's like a fucking forbidden zone that you can't go into.
Oh yeah.
And this guy has to go into the zone, and then like it opens up at this Russian roulette scene, but it's like this underground cave where people are drinking poison.
Hell yeah.
It's this game where you just take shots of like maybe it's poison. Maybe there's this guy that's like the best at the drinking poison
That
game.
rocks.
And
which there's no skill. He just keeps getting lucky.
Yeah.
Or he's cheating.
Yeah, something like that. He's like a bounty hunter, but he has to go into the zone, and then the zone's controlled by these like these monks. But like one's Chinese, one's just like a middle-aged black guy, then it's a white guy, and they all like communicate telepathically.
Unite your mental forces together, brothers. That will protect the treasure, which will in turn protect the interzone.
So you just hear them, they don't, like their mouths don't move, they just fucking like, you just hear VO of them like thinking to each other.
That's awesome.
I am tired. I feel that my time is almost over.
And again, this is another movie I would watch very drunk. So I got details hazy, but I remember one of the monks' names is Panasonic.
Panasonic, please come here.
I am here, General.
Dude, I gotta watch bad movies again.
Yeah.
I miss it. Life was so much simpler.
Oh, you sucked my dick.
Just getting very stoned and watching awful movies.
Here we go. Here's the plot of Inner Zone. A supernaturally gifted monk, Panasonic, is sent
incredible.
on a mission by his dying master, General Electric.
No, shut up.
To protect the Inner Zone, the last fertile region left on a post-apocalyptic Earth.
Oh, okay, cool.
Against an invading gang of wasteland raiders. Along the way, Panasonic is helped by Swan, a roguish road warrior who seeks a rumored treasure hidden within the Inner Zone, and Tara, an attractive slave girl who Swan falls in love with. The raiders are meanwhile led by Mantis, a female bodybuilder dominatrix, and her sadistic partner, Balkazan. After the defeat of the raiders, Swan locates the treasure, which is revealed to be a fallout shelter turned archive of some of mankind's greatest achievements. Within are various items such as books, sculptures, paintings, along with Panasonic brand video cassette recorder that plays a final message from those who preserve the artifacts before the apocalypse.
You've got to be kidding me.
No.
Is it a tie-in with the Panasonic Corporation?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why the monk's name is Panasonic, because the monks are ancient monks, but they get their names from the bullshit that's in the Fallout.
That's awesome.